Watch as I test the BISSELL Crosswave HF3, because I'm going to show you what's inside, how to use it, a hard floor test, how to clean it, a self-cleaning mode, and my tips on how to best utilize and get the most from your Crosswave.
Now let's take a closer look at how to turn it on, let's look at the build quality, and let's see, is it going to be able to clean up your floors, especially if you have something like oatmeal and milk and something sticky. Well, I'm going to be showing you that, and you're going to be quite surprised how well this actually works. There is your brush. Here is your hard floor sanitizing solutions. There's your clean station. You can see how the wheels are. Those are your tanks, your clean water tank, your dirty water tank. And the dirty water tank looks big, but you're gonna want to empty it by the time it reaches here. By the time it reaches here, if it gets to here, you need to empty it. It's gonna let you know to empty yours. Here is the control module. This is where the power buttons are. You have your power button and you can change the modes here. Those modes are going to change it from a low mode and a high mode. That's how much water you're actually using. And you have the dirty tank. If the tank is full, it's going to let you know. And if it has an issue with the unit, it's going to have error. And if your battery is running low or you want to see your battery levels, that's how you're going to be able to see them. So for convenience on our BISSELL, I'm going to be just running a quick test. We have some oat milk here. So we're going to add in our oat milk. And oat milk looks pretty gnarly, right? Especially, I think this is old oat milk, so it doesn't smell that fresh. And that's on purpose, right? We want to make sure, and we're going to add in some rolled oatmeal. This rolled oatmeal is in the larger side and it's shredded. And it's not going to just, some of it's going to be mushy and some of it is going to be kind of gross and wet and some of it's going to be dry. And this is the ultimate secret of our test on the BISSELL. How well is it going to pick up this concoction that we made, something that you might be dropping on if you have a child, something you might drop in your own house. Well, how well is it going to pick this up? All right, and that's it. That's our mess. So that's a good mess. I don't know if I could do better than that mess, guys. I'm gonna press our power button. You have it on low mode. We're gonna put it on high mode. And let's get it started. See that one single pass? Let's see if it can pick up what it can pick up on one single pass. You want to go slow, you don't want to go too fast. Let's see if it can pick up what it can pick up on one single pass. You want to go slow, you don't want to go too fast. And voila! Now, one of the cool things about it is that because it has that powered brush roll, you will notice that it self-propels itself. So you won't have to push it very hard for make it to go forward. Actually, you just have, I think more likely you're just guiding it forward more than pushing. If it gets to the point where the line is at max, you will get the indicator saying that the dirty water tank is full. Get that indicator light saying the dirty water tank is full. And if you want to see why you have to clean it after every session, well, this is why. If you pick it up and you take out the brush roll, which is a little bit wet, so this is wet, you're going to want to clean this. And this is why I love this component, because instead of you having to scoop that up, it actually stays in there so you could take it all to the sink with you and clean it all at one time. You should always expect to have a little bit of leak inside just because you're dealing with water, so you want to clean all these together. Once you plug, so this is for your self-clean mode, so if you press that, it's going to enter into a self-clean mode. And that's the sound of the self-cleaning.
So what is my verdict on the HF3 Crosswave? I think it's a very solid option if you're looking for a wet mop for hardwood floors or for hard floors in general. It is easy to clean, it works. Now the only thing I think is something that I want to point out is that on the dirty water tank, even if the bubbles reach the point of maximum, the sensor is going to turn on and deactivate your unit. So you want to always make sure that you're emptying the tank, and you're going to have to keep an eye on it. And to answer everyone's question, let's compare it to the BISSELL Crosswave, because that's the most comp that you're going to get on the HF3. They're both Crosswaves, but which one's better? I'm going to break down the differences between the BISSELL Crosswave HF3 and the BISSELL Crosswave Corded. Now, remember, the BISSELL Crosswave HF3 and the Crosswave are both multi-surface wet mops that share similar features, including wet-dry cleaning, 2 tank systems, multi-surface brush roll, and a swivel head. This, as you can see, the HF3 in one single pass is able to clean up some of the thickest and grossest spills you can make on your floor, and it's powered by the cordless vacuum mop hybrid, boosting a 36-volt lithium-ion battery, which runs up to about 30 minutes. And this is in contrast to the Crosswave. And the key difference is that the HF3 is going to be heavier because it has the battery. The cleaning path is going to be the same size at 12 inches. The HF3 has 2 speeds. The Crosswave has a larger tank if you get the corded edition. And that means not only on the clean water tank, but also on the dirty water tank. The water tank is going to be 0.87 liters on your corded edition, and the HF3 is going to be a 0.52 liter tank. So the real question is, should you be looking at the cordless or the corded editions? Now, both are going to be relatively easy to clean. You can remove all the components in front of its cleaning path, so you have direct access to the suction port. So that's going to be meaning that it's easy to clean up any clogs that you might get. I will say on the HF3, they have this little insert that makes removing any type of debris that's caught there easier to dispose of versus on the Crosswave Corded. The brush rolls are also different. On the HF3, it's going to be the softer, brushier sponge roll versus on the Crosswave Corded, which comes more like a vacuum hybrid floor mop pad. So it's a little bit of a difference. If you are really scrubbing and vacuuming, the corded, because it has the thicker bristles, those red bristles there, it just does a better job in terms of overall vacuuming, just because those bristles will pick up more debris. Now, the corded, if you look at it and you compare it even to the PET editions, you can see that the dirty water tanks are this size on both the PET and the non-PET corded editions. The brush rolls, you can get an upgraded version on the PET edition, but ultimately the motor and the components are pretty much the same if you get the PET or the non-PET. It just comes down to that brush roll. The suction power is the same. So back to the HF3. The HF3, because of how easy it makes cleanup and because it has that auto clean cycle, it will be slightly easier to clean up after your HF3 after you use it, especially if you're picking up debris like this. I find that the dirty water tank, it has a catch, so all of this debris is just easier to remove. They also give you a cleaning tool when you get the HF3, so that's something that also makes it much easier to clean versus the BISSELL Crosswave Corded. And that's not to say the corded edition is hard to clean. It just means the Crosswave HF3, because it has some of these auto features, is easier in my opinion. Now, in terms of overall effectiveness, both do a very good job. I find for wetter, thicker messes, the HF3, because of that brush roll, because of how it's engineered, it's going to be doing a better job picking up larger messes, in my opinion, that are wet. If you spilled noodles on the floor, you spilled some food on the floor, it does a really easy, good job on those type of floors. But the corded edition is very powerful because it has the 504 watt motor with a 25-foot cord. So it might not be cordless, but it is still very practical and you could take it around your house. So ultimately, which one do I recommend? It goes with, what do you need? If you need a cordless wet mop, I find that the HF3 is a great option. It's easy to use, it has full bleed, there's no plastic cover. But if you are looking for something corded that might require a little less maintenance because it is corded and there's no need for batteries, well then you might want to check out the BISSELL Crosswave Corded. And with that, thanks for watching everybody. This is Dave with the French Glow signing off. Bye bye bye.